Check this out. This is the 24-70 Sigma Art lens for the EF mount Canon. Now, I say EF mount because this came out in the 2016, 2017 area of time. This wasn't the lenses that are out now that are coming out in 2024, 2023, 2022 for the Sony mirrorless bodies. These are the ones that were for the EF DSLR bodies for Canon. And when these lenses came out, these lenses with the big A on the side that stood for art, these art lenses really redefined Sigma. Sigma used to be known as the camera lens manufacturer that made third-party lenses that were a good price and could do some of the things, but they were already plagued with like issues of focusing and all this other stuff. Then Sigma came out with 18 to 35, and they did a whole bunch of innovative stuff with this new art lineup of lenses, especially with that 135 and the Sigma 85 that came out in the art format. With all that said, this is my Sigma 24-70 art, and it is now experiencing some issues. It does not focus correctly. It focuses at the wider end, so 24 to about 35. After 35 millimeters, it does not focus accurately anymore. Sometimes it locks focus. Sometimes it just gives me a box that shakes on my R5 when I'm eye tracking autofocus. Same thing with my R6 Mark II. The R6 Mark II also does this fancy thing where it tracks where your focal length is at. So if you're at 35, it'll tell you at 35. Well, when I go past 35 or anything really past 30 millimeters, it really doesn't know what focal length I'm at because the numbers don't change accurately. So I can tell there that there's some issues there. Recently, I had to change the rubber on the front side of the lens here because the rubber just stopped. You know, it loses its elasticity or its firmness, and it becomes very elastic. And it wasn't tight anymore, so it was hard to zoom in and zoom out with the rubber that was on the lens. And that's all. These things are to be expected. These lenses have to go through some kind of maintenance or some kind of repair after almost 10 years of use. So be expecting that, especially with these newer lenses with a lot of rubber in it, a lot of plastics in it, and a lot of gaskets in it to dampen the sound and to make it a more luxurious turn, more silent for video and stuff like that. These ultrasonic motors with these gears and stuff that are very, very silent, very luxurious, but they come at a cost because all these plastics and rubber pieces on the inside are perishable, and especially under the weight of these optics. Sigma art lenses are some of the most heaviest lenses you can find on the market, especially my Canon EF Sigma Art 50 millimeter lens that I'm going to talk about in just a moment here. But all in all, guys, this is what I'm experiencing with this lens. I'll keep you updated on what's going on, especially if you've never fixed a lens or gotten a lens fixed before. I know it could be kind of nerve-wracking, especially how expensive lenses are. I got this used already, so it had some wear and tear. I don't recall dropping this lens at all, but it is a workhorse of a lens, and I do need it back. So I will have to be sending this off as soon as I can. I will update you on the story when I can. But it looks like a focus issue here, and it was not doing this before. I'm Devin with Century FX Studios, and stay tuned for the next